Hello, my astrological lovers. It is me, Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. And July 2024 is packed with cosmic events you won't want to miss, from the transformative Cancer new moon to the powerful second, yes, I said second, full moon in Capricorn. We got it covered all here. Plus, we have Mercury's journey into Leo, and it kicks off its pre-shadow retrograde phase. Venus is going to light up the sky in the sign of Leo, and Mars is charging into Gemini. So that's just the beginning of what I have. So come in, dive with me on exploring the astrological stars and the stellar transits and what it means for you personally in this month ahead. Let's unlock the secrets of the cosmos together. And also, we have horoscopes and tarot. Okay. So if you're into that, this is exciting. But wait, there's more. And before we even get started in this video, if you love diving deep into astrology and tarot, make sure you subscribe and hit that subscribe button. Join this beautiful, small, vibrant community. For those of you who are looking for more exclusive one-on-one insights and personal guidance, consider joining my it's called Danyell's Astro Tarot Elite Club. And as a member, you get discounts on any products that I am selling, far as one-on-one tarot readings and an astrological chart reading, full astrological chart reading, which is very costly, and you get a discount. Plus, you get any personal questions you have. Just you have a question you want to answer through tarot and astrology, you get exclusive content just for you. I have Mercury retrograde survival kits, and they're in each zodiac sign and how it helps you out. Also, I have eclipse information whenever there's an eclipse, and just very detailed, more detailed astrology readings and tarot readings. We get more detailed because I love the details. Of any video that I have up now, there's extra content and bonus content through the Elite Tarot Elite Club. And if you're passionate about tarot alone, I invite you to enroll in my Master Tarot class, whether you're a beginner or if you are more advanced. Then you will definitely get something out of my tarot masterclass. It's a comprehensive class it's about enhancing your skills. If you are new, it's going to enhance. If you're not new to tarot, it's going to enhance your skills. If you are new, this is a great time to take an online class because we're talking about that Jupiter and Gemini and really getting the basics knowledge of something new. And but yeah, you'll know the meanings of the cards. You'll have advanced reading techniques you'll learn. You'll gain confidence in your readings. I am really good at what I do. So there. But anyway, but this is my brief commercial before we start the video. So subscribe, join the Elite Tarot Club. It is $4 a month. And also take my tarot master class if you want to get some tarot skills under your belt. So let's explore the magic of the stars and the cards together by doing this. So let's get on to the month. Here are some of July's important dates. We have the ingresses, and the ingresses basically means what the planets or celestial beings zodiac sign are going to go into. So July 2nd, Mercury is going to enter Leo. July 11th, Venus will enter Leo. July 20th, Mars will enter Gemini. July 22nd, we have the Sun entering Leo. And on the 25th of July, we have Mercury entering Virgo. Mercury is going to retrograde. And here we have the retrogrades. And July 2nd, Neptune stations retrograde in the sign Pisces. Now, people don't, a lot of astrologers do not think that outer planets are very important when they're retrograding. I personally think they do, especially this one because it's going to retrograde in a very important degree, which is 29 degrees. I find that 0 and 29 are very strong, and this is 29. So we'll talk about that a little bit further in this video. Now, also we have July 16th, Mercury in Leo is going to go into the pre-retrograde shadow phase. So it's not technically retrograding, but it will start the feelings and you'll start having that energy creeping up on us. Okay. And if you have any plans, you'll be starting to do it now. Okay. Also, we have the new and full moon July 5th, which is my solar return birthday. July 5th, new moon in Cancer. And then we have July 21st. We have a second Capricorn full moon, and that is at 3:17 a.m. Now, every time there is a new month, I like to talk about the astrology and the holidays. So, this month we have Independence Day, and anytime we have on the calendar a holiday that falls with the sun's calendar, I like to have you understand why we have this holiday on during Cancer season. So, first of all, Independence Day is an American holiday. So, if you're not American, you may not understand this, but there is an emotional significance because Cancer is ruled by the moon. So there's a deeply connected energy with dealing with your emotions, your home, which is also the land that we live on, and family. Now, also, you're dealing with family traditions when you are dealing with Cancer energy and Independence Day. So, Cancer is very strong with family bonds, it's strong with home life and creating lasting memories with the loved ones. So, you have the barbecues, you have the parades, and you're watching fireworks together. Also, it's interesting too, because usually the fireworks are usually on the water at the beach, which is and then it's like the moon is shining bright. So it is very Cancer energy. There is a reason why it's celebrated at the beach because you are dealing with the water sign of Cancer. Also, you're dealing with strong bonds and traditions of the past. So you have the Independence Day celebrations often including gatherings with family members. People are on the boats too. They're at lakes, very Cancer energy. You're dealing with your friends, people who you feel safe with. You have the traditions of when you lay on a blanket and you eat food and you're with your community. And then there's a sense of national pride for a lot of people. Some people may not feel safe at their country. And that again is Cancer energy because it's also where you don't feel safe. So you do have those people who are for July 4th, and you have those people who are against July 4th. I am celebrating July 4th, people who are against their nation. All of that is normal, regardless of what country you're from. You're going to have some people who are against their country. I hope I'm wording that right. Anyway, that's just a tangent that I don't know why I ran into that. But I am born July 5th. I've always celebrated July 4th because my birthday is so close to it. I wonder how I would feel about July 4th being African American. I actually love being in America. I love my country. I realize that when I leave America, and I do love going to new countries. However, I long for my home, which is America. So yeah. Anyway, historical significance in American history symbolizes the birth of a new nation. And you have that with the cardinal sign of Cancer. Cardinal means the beginning. Also, there is a symbolism of freedom, and Cancer values their security, which I was talking about earlier, and protections of loved ones. Also in July, we have Bastille. That is July 14th. It's Emotional Resonance Day or Bastille Day. Commemorates the storming of Bastille prison during the French Revolution. And then you have emotional intensity, you have historical significance, which is very Cancer energy. Also, you have World Population Day, July 11th. I skipped the dates here, but July 11th, Population Day, it's all about giving birth, right? Caring for others highlights the importance of family and planning and reproduction. And that is very Cancer, the mother, the womb. And Nelson Mandela International Day is July 18th. It's very humanitarian values. Nelson Mandela, he dedicated his life to promoting peace, social justice, and he values empathy. And that's very Cancer. Cancer is very empathetic, and there's compassion, and there's a social responsibility. So that is what we have for the month of July. Now, also, I have the ingresses here. Hold on. So funny. I have a Mars in Gemini and a Venus in Gemini, and I can't help but to try new things. So here I am trying this new recording on this new way of doing things. It's on Canva. I can never keep the same formula. Anyway, so let me know what you guys think about that. So we have our ingresses. July 2nd, we have Mercury entering Leo, and it's going to stay in Leo all the way into the 26th. So Mercury themes are the expression, speech, communication, information exchange. We're dealing with social media, the intelligence, travel, movement, short distance travel, technology and commerce, business, trade transactions, business communication. You're also dealing with social interactions and adaptability and your perception. So far as communication, when we have it in a sign Leo, it is all about the official speaker, right? Having self confidence when speaking, saying bold statements. Also, there's creativity. So, creativity in thinking. Fire signs are very motivational. So, the Mercury and Leo energy is you're going to hear a lot of motivational speakers. Maybe you're going to go hear someone do a motivational speech. It's also about convincing energy. So, a lot of people will be convincing, manipulating, maybe, but very strong in having strong convictions and really convincing others and being optimistic, thinking on a large scale. There's dramatic energy, so like having a dramatic flair, having a very leadership and a very influential speech and being very confident when speaking. Now, when you're dealing with transportation with Mercury and Leo, you're brave in your travel. You're trying new adventurous ways of traveling, exploration. Also, is very gaudy and luxurious. So, like going somewhere that costs a lot of money, maybe even a creative way of traveling, or a confident in your driving, your day to day driving, maybe exploring new paths while driving. Whereas trade and commerce with Leo is very bold and creative with business strategies. You're going to be confident in your negotiations. Again, that luxury and high quality product kind of energy and trading. Also, dramatic marketing and branding. A lot of celebrities with branding, because Leo represents celebrities and gold, maybe even royalty when it comes to commerce and trade or any of these themes. A lot of Mercury also makes me think of the news. So when you have Mercury and Leo, a lot of headlines about the royalty and gold and children celebrities, anyone on stage, and also what else? Influencers and celebrities. Yes. So eye-catching campaigns. And when we're socializing, we're going to be very confident. There's a lot of bold interactions. So yeah, that's what we have. And flexibility with creativity and positive attitude, very optimistic energy. Now, Venus will enter Leo, and it will be from July 11th to August 5th. And Venus themes, without the sign Leo, you're talking about love and relationships. You're talking about beauty and aesthetics. You're talking about pleasure and enjoyment, our values, what we value, our finances, and social harmony. Now, when Venus enters the sign Leo, when you're talking about beauty and aesthetics, you're talking about bold, gaudy, dramatic energy, attention grabbing, a love of luxury, opulence, glamour, a lot of glamorous aesthetics. It makes me think of Versace. Yeah, because there's all this gold and being very confident in your appearance and investing in high quality kind of items or art. Very artistic fashion, but it's the artist of Leo's very creative, so very artistic aesthetics too. Now, love and relationships in Venus with the sign Leo, you are very lively. There's a lot of desire and passion. Very proud of who you love because you're dealing with the lion and being very proud. Intense love life energy and warm hearted, self confident, very erotic. Also, could be dealing with some fake artificial feelings, but you plan grand romantic gestures when Venus is in a sign Leo. You focus on fun and playfulness, maybe loving your children, hanging out with children. It also the energy of boosting your confidence within relationships. Now, as far as pleasure and enjoyment, because that is what Venus also represents, you have there's all this like celebrating and festivities. I find because the ruler of Leo is the sun, there are a lot of fun outside and having a lot of fun gatherings. This is after July 4th, but I think people are going to be really outside and having fun when you have the Venus in the sign Leo. Party atmosphere, hanging at the beach, hanging out in the sun, maybe having a very luxurious experience, maybe doing some artistic activities and very romantic, huge romantic gestures. Yeah, shared happiness and joy, like being childlike and having fun, social harmony. People will be very magnetic and charming. There's artistic gatherings, there's vibrant social scenes happening, very positive energy. I'm ready to have fun. Now, as far as finances, because you're dealing with values and finances with Venus and in the sign Leo, it could cost a lot of money. Okay. I'm talking about the lady of luxury, a very extravagant, very bold financially, and making bold financial decisions. Economically, you could be feeling confident. There's something with luxury in the market. That energy would probably get bigger. Leo is also very charitable and giving, so you can have some philanthropy energy going on. But yeah, very bold financial moves and confident in your investments. Now, Mars will enter the sign Gemini July 20th, and it will stay in there until all the way until September 5th. Now, Mars is all about your action and your drive, your physical energy. It's your aggression, it's conflict. It also represents war when we're talking about the collective. It's your motivation. It's also how you're brave and you're courageous, your protection, your physicality, and your strength, right? So, Mars enters Gemini. Gemini is all about talking and communicating. So your action and drive is more intellectual, and there's stimulation and there's curiosity and a more mental energy, right? So multitasking, and there's also versatility and communication with social interactions and adaptability. So you'll be really quick thinking, and your physical energy is going to be in a communicative way. So you're not just doing, you're talking about it and you're achieving things in a very clear communicative way. Also, Gemini represents multitasking. So really that physical energy wants to do it all. It wants to have short workouts. It wants to change the workout. Maybe it wants to do a workout where there's like five different type of workouts at the same time. Yeah, also like being attracted to more than one man or more than one male or female, because at Mars it's like how you pursue your energy. So yeah, so also could be dealing with quick workouts, very short bursts of energy. Far as the assertiveness, there will be a clear assertive communication, and there's a flexible approach to things because it is flexible, very mutable energy, and it's a very fast decision. A lot of debates could be happening with this energy because you're trying to achieve things, and you're here to argue and gossip. Be aware of that. But the aggression is going to be more with words. Okay, so if we're talking about war, we're talking about fighting out in the streets. The words will be coming out, so you'll be very sharp with your words. There's stress and anxiety. There's clever strategies. Also, you're talking about social media, so maybe there's conflict on Twitter more than ever, political clashes, a lot of public debates. I find disputes, and then also you have. I find that Gemini, because it's that duality. So I feel like when you have racism, you have Gemini. So racism topics, a lot of things coming up with Mars and Gemini of like arguing or fighting in the theme of because it also represents multicolored, so rainbow. So what represents rainbow, multicolored, the LBGTQ plus, I think. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. But yes, that all is under that Gemini energy. But also you're dealing with social media and technology, cyber warfare. Okay. Now, July 22nd, happy solar return to all my Leos. And the sun is going to enter Leo, and sun is all about, and the Leo is at home. Also Gemini, did I say? Yeah. The sun is at home in this. Yeah, okay, I was confused. I was like, did I talk about Mercury entering Virgo? Not yet. Okay, so the sun enters Leo, and the sun is at home in the sign Leo, and the sun is about your ego, your identity, your self-expression, your life force, leadership, confidence, father energy, right? Joy and passion. So everyone will have their enhanced self-expression. There's creative expression, a little dramatic, okay? Strong sense of identity and being true to yourself and being a natural leader and seeking recognition, because the sun is like, hello, everyone look at me. So you have that energy. Also celebration and fun, showcasing your talent. So get ready for that. Being very ambitious and setting your goals, aligning with your true self, following your heart, because the sun in a Leo is ruling the heart. So you have all that. And I find that to be very exciting. I love Leo season. I love Gemini season. I love summer. Cancer season, even though I am a sun in Cancer season could be a little deep. So I love the Leo energy coming in and just having fun, even though it can be a little dramatic. I find it very fun. Mercury entering Virgo, that happens on the 25th all the way into September 26th. And the reason why is because we have that retrograde happening. So it will retrograde in the sign Virgo and then retrograde back into the sign Leo. But for now, when it's in Virgo on the 25th, we're going to have enhanced analytical thinking. Virgo is at home in Mercury. And then I kind of like this in the aspects of really getting things done. And if you need detailed work, I mean, when it's retrograding, you're really going to revisit all the problems. But detailed orientated mindset, effective communication, being organized, being efficient, health and wellness, focus, overthinking and worrying can happen, especially when it's retrograding. Rigid and inflexible inflexibility is what you have, and health obsessions and nitpicking and micromanaging. So be ready for that. And when it's in Leo, it's just too dramatic and the words are very, very harsh, and it's not scared of conflict when it comes to communication. So yeah, so that is what we have for the ingresses of this month. So here we are with the new moon and the full moon in July. And the new moon is going to be in the sign Cancer, and it is going to be July 5th, which is my birthday. I am excited because this is positive energy, right? It's going to be in 14 degrees. I will get an Assembian symbol of that in another video if you want more detailed information on the new moon in Cancer. But right now, 14 degrees is a Taurus degree. So you're dealing with things that you value: your money, your food, the earth, stability, luxuries, your voice, singing. Yes, all that could be happening, and you could see a theme in that with this Cancer new moon. And July new moon is really like about who you really are. How can you bring out your true nature? And it's also about revealing the most hidden parts of yourself, being really authentic. That is anytime we have a new moon in the month of July. New moon themes, period, in any month, is about marking the beginning of the lunar cycle. It's initiating new projects, it's setting new intentions, manifestation, new goals, reflecting and planning for the future. There's also inner reflection and emotional and spiritual renewal, emotional cleansing, inner guidance, and heightened intuition, because that sun is sitting close to that ego and how you achieve things. So there is some because it's conjunct, there is, what is it that I'm trying to think of? There is clarity with achieving things in a very intuitive way. Okay. Cancer is a water sign. Of course, it's ruled by the moon. So these themes are really going to be emphasized with this. And then you have family, and you have your home, and you have your emotions, and you have your security, and you're very empathetic, and you're very nurturing, emotional renewal and nurturing and self-care, new beginnings and fresh starts in your home or with your family, are feeling safe, and heightened intuition. This also could be dealing with real estate and relationship with your mom, our mother figures, our feminine energy, the womb itself, fertility, and past, and your heritage, and really looking at your ancestry, and setting some new intentions with that. So the aspects of the new moon in July. July 5th, the new moon in Cancer is going to sextile Mars in Taurus. That is very harmonious, and well, not very, but it is positive, and there's some energy and some drive connected to your emotions. Now, the new moon is going to trine Saturn, which is retrograding in the sign Pisces. Now, that is very positive. So there's emotional stability, there's support and discipline, and also long-term energy, also maturity when it comes to your emotions. So that's positive with the new moon. Now, it will be scoring the nodes. And so there is some destined challenges with releasing your past and going towards your future. Maybe there's some crossroads or some decisions that need to be made. But overall, it's very positive. So go ahead and do your manifestations. Now, and I talked about the symbols earlier in this video on the July moon. Now, July 22nd, we have a Capricorn full moon. This is the second Capricorn full moon, and it's in 29 degrees. Remember, I talk about that crucial degree there. Anytime we have a full moon in July, it's a thunder moon. It's called a hay moon. It's a stag moon or a grass moon. And again, we're celebrating that first harvest of the year. Now, it's the second Capricorn moon. So there is a lot to say about that. Because it is the second Capricorn, because it's the second full moon in Capricorn, it's also known as the blue moon, which holds special significance in astrology, right? So you have your ambition and goals, and you're reassessing them for the long term focusing, right? And responsibility and discipline. There's authority and structure, and all these things are reevaluated, and authority figures are being thought of, and there's emotions backing that. There's achievement and recognition. The full moons in Capricorn often highlights our recognitions in our hard work, and it's a time to celebrate those milestones. And you're dealing with this opposing energy of your home, right? Versus your home, right? Versus where you feel safe. There's emotional mastery, and there's balance between the home and career. The second full moon in Capricorn emphasizes completion and evaluation and practical steps needed to achieve our ambitions and goals in life. Now, remember, anytime we have a full moon, it represents a climax or a zenith. So the emotions could be kind of high. Be aware of that. There's also this tug of war between masculine and feminine energy, external energy versus the internal energy, very heightened awareness of emotional intensity. It's about releasing and letting go. And it could be with releasing and letting go your career or your ambitions, or something is going to come to the surface regarding your long-term goals, right? Or your achievements or responsibility and discipline, personal responsibility, and balancing your professional and personal life, and your work-life balance, and even your ambitions and your public reputation is really what I was thinking. Your professional reputation, and do you want the acknowledgments for the awards, or is it best for you to be at home? Structural changes and reforms, because you are dealing with the government versus feeling safe. Okay, you're dealing with bosses and the infrastructure versus the emotions in at home. So just remember that, and remember it's in a critical crisis degree. So there is this sense of some urgency to end or change, and we are dealing with cardinal energy. Cancer is cardinal, Capricorn is cardinal, so there could be something new coming up with this. Now, it is going to trine Mars in the sign Taurus. So there's positive action with this, and there's determination, and there's going to be increased drive happening while this full moon is occurring. And then it's going to also trine Uranus in the sign Taurus. So there's some innovative changes. So you're open to the flexibility that is going to happen with this change. So the full moon is not really doom and gloom, and we already had this full moon with, I think it was 1 degree, and now it's at 29 degrees. So it really started here, and now it's ending here. So maybe there will be a sense of completion, even though we're dealing with this halfway lunar cycle. Now, this full moon is also going to sextile Neptune. Remember, it's retrograding in the sign Pisces. So there's intuitive energy, and there's compassion here and a creative flow. Then it's going to conjunct Pluto. Now, the conjunction to Pluto is where the power dynamics could be happening. It's in the sign Aquarius. So there's deep transformation, and there's some power and control elements that could be happening there. So just be aware of that. And I will practice flexibility with this. So here we go with the retrogrades. July 2nd, Neptune is going to station retrograde in the sign Pisces, and that's going to happen at 3:40 a.m. Now that happens in 29 degrees. So the planet Neptune is about our dreams, our intuition, it's about illusions, dissolvement, fogginess, spirituality, and yeah, also what is hidden. And when you have retrogrades, then you're dealing with revealing, revisiting, reassessing, remembering, all the RE words. And sorry, um, As I'm recording this, this is on my device and things are all connected. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So, but what's more important is that this is a 29 degree. 29 degrees is a very important degree. But when you have Neptune retrograding period, you can have a spiritual awakening. Your intuition could be very heightened. There's themes of endings and drugs and insanity and insecurities, the unknown, aliens, revealing the hidden truths, increased compassion, seeking clarity, nurturing your intuition, and engaging in healing. Now, again, the 29 degrees, back to what I was saying with the 29 degrees, is dealing with it's a crucial degree. It's dealing with crisis. It represents a point of transition. There's an urgency to complete the lesson that the current sign is in, which is Pisces. So it's a double whammy of Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. So everything that I mentioned earlier, there's intensification, there's restlessness, there is a sense of transition and completing something. There's also decision making because it's a time to make the important decisions to finish something. It's a challenge and an opportunity at the same time because any challenge brings some growth and newness to you. So a big transformation, and that is what we have when Neptune is going to retrograde July 2nd. Now Mercury retrograding, the shadow phase, the pre-shadow phase, is going to happen July 16th in the sign Leo, and then it will go into the sign Virgo, retrograde in Virgo. Now, but in Leo, we have it. Okay, so first of all, it's sorry. I'm getting distracted by my devices. But anyway, so pre-shadow phase is when you need to prepare. Sometimes you will feel little inklings of Mercury retrograding. So before the pre-shadow phase, I would suggest plan your traveling, your short things, anything dealing with Leo. So like your pride or anything dealing with creativity or a romantic trip, go ahead and do that. Or anything dealing with sports or being brave, contracts wise. Yeah, sign that before. Then it goes into Virgo. So that's also dealing with health and your routines and thinking and communication. So, yeah, all that is going to happen. But right now, it's going to enter the pre retrograde shadow phase. Okay. So, really be clear on your communication, talk slow, revisit, reflect on your decisions and organizing your plans. Even dealing with self confidence and creative review, reevaluating and reflecting or refining some creative projects. Revisit the past conversations that could be dealing with you on the stage or dealing with some drama of some sort. But yeah, that is what we have when we have the retrogrades this month of July. So these are the July aspects, and these are the dates that caught my eye for the month of July. And I wanted to quickly talk about the symbols of July. If you're someone who has an altar, or if you need help this month, then these are the things that will help you. First of all, the elderberry plant is the plant of the month, and it's a message of treasuring the past and the dream of the future and staying in the present. So you have all that, and it's very fitting when we have Leo energy and Cancer energy very strong in July. Also, being around large bodies of water is important this month, especially when we're dealing with the moon. And later in this month, we bask in the sun. So first we're in the moonlight, and then we're all in the sun, and it's all about being outside. The herbs for the month are lavender, St. John's wort, and mint. Flowers, for Cancer season, we're dealing with white roses, water lily, lavender, jasmine. And for Leo season, we're dealing with sunflowers and marigold. For this is the first harvest of the year. It takes place this month. So we're dealing with the wheat harvest, and that's very important to understand when you're dealing with the collective. And yeah, and also could represent like stability, white, right? Like wheat. Yeah, anyway, the colors for the moon is light green and purple. And for the sun, we're dealing with gold, white, silver, cream, pale yellow, orange, red, and just yellow, right? So you have that. You have the pale yellow going from Cancer season to Leo season. You got that pale yellow, and then it's yellow. Anyway, and crystals we have for this month are moonstone and pearl. That is for our beautiful Cancer energy. And for Leo, we have the sunstone, ruby, pyrite, amber, and tiger's eye. Now, here are the monthly aspects, and I do break these down even further as I do it weekly, just so you know. Now, July 2nd, we have, hold on one second. Oh, my computer was beeping. This is what happens when you try new things. But July 2nd, Mercury in the sign Cancer is going to trine Neptune, that is retrograding in 29 degrees, right? That's also Leo degree, even though it's like some endings of some sort. But there's intuitive energy, there's creative expression, there's artistic inspiration, and you're dealing with communication and you're dealing with the intuition, and it's both water signs. So I think it's very positive. There is going to be something spiritual or some spiritual insight, or you're going to be very aware emotionally of what's going on. And there will be an understanding with that. Now, Venus is also going to trine Saturn that same day. July 2nd is just very positive, you guys. I'm talking about the love of mother and father, because Saturn represents father energy, Cancer represents the mother energy, strengthening relationships. There's emotional stability, responsible love, right? And Venus also represents our finances. So financial planning, and there's discipline with that, and community support. You're dealing with your ancestry appreciation and relationship building. Yeah. Very positive with our intuitions, and setting some boundaries that you cannot see, but that you can totally feel. And it's very, you're very aware of the feeling. So I say tap into that emotional water energy. I love it. Now, July 3rd, this is when the murky waters start to enter, right? So we're not dealing with water energy, but we're dealing with very fixed energy. And Mercury in Leo is going to oppose Pluto, that is retrograding in the sign Aquarius. So when you have these oppositions, you have this polarizing energy. So the internal versus the external conflict, and in general, and there's a challenge, and there's an energy of balancing between the two. So there could be intense conversations happening because you are dealing with Mercury, and Pluto is very intense. So deep discussions, there's power struggles, there's control issues. There could be some revealing of the secrets or hidden truths, psychological insights when you have Mercury and it's opposing. So this is a challenge, okay? Very stubborn energy. It doesn't want to change. So there could be some intense debates happening as well. Now, when you're dealing with Aquarius, you could be dealing with social reform. So that could be happening. And Leo is very dominating. And so that could be happening as well. July 10th, the sun is going to trine Saturn. The sun is in the sign Cancer. Saturn is in the sign Pisces. Positive. Okay. I think this month is more positive than negative. So emotional stability and maturity with this, you're going to be balancing your emotions, grounded spirituality, long-term commitments, enduring your goals. This is a day to really put in the work, because the sun is about your ambitions and it's about your ego and your drive. And Saturn is very focused and it thinks about the long term. So you're going to be very authentic. You're going to be very centered, define self-consciousness, a focus on work and duty. On the 11th, another trine. Okay. Venus in the sign Cancer is going to trine Neptune in the sign Pisces, and Neptune is retrograding. But it's very sweet, this energy, very sensitive, very compassionate. There's gentleness, there's creativity, great spiritual leads. You know, I find that Neptune and Pisces usually gives us the delusions and you're lost in the fog. But this one, you're going to naturally attract some realness, and it's going to be deep love and loving of friends and feeling the love. If you have, I don't know exactly what day is the 11th, but a great day to have a party, okay? Especially with female friends, or like a tarot reading party. Just a lot of love, or maybe a party at by the beach. Great energy for that. Now on the 12th, Venus in Leo is going to oppose Pluto, which is retrograding Aquarius. So here we have an opposition. Again, there's this polarizing energy, and it can't see eye to eye. So it's deep emotional dynamics, personal transformation. You have to do some inner work here. There's also could be some power struggles within a group, because Aquarius does represent the group, and Leo wants to be all about itself. So like, I want to love myself, but I have to deal with this power control of this group or this technology, or I want to do something creative and something different is Aquarius, but there is a conflict, or maybe there has to be a deep discussion of it, or maybe there is this energy of something being revealed, and it's just like no bueno, economic and Yeah, because Pluto could represent the finances too. So, like a financial shift, value reassessment, addressing relationships. Yeah, obsession could be happening here, or like being really attracted to something, but really being obsessed with it, and not in a good way. Also, there is a sense of feeling jealous with this energy because Venus and Leo, love and romance, right? Possessiveness, passive aggression could be happening here, or manipulation, or just loving power and doing anything for power. So be aware of that. Now, on the 15th, Mars is in the sign Taurus. It's going to conjunct Uranus in Taurus, and conjunctions are good and bad. Very powerful energy. Okay, so there could be sudden actions and breakthroughs, surprises that you want, but maybe you don't want it. There is this need for a drive for independence and seeking freedom. Also, there's innovative thinking and creative solutions, or maybe it's just a little too weird. Okay, and you're just dealing with the sign Taurus, so it's what we value. It's dealing with voices. It's dealing with our physical bodies, our land, right? Our food and resources. But there could be some problem solving, or there could be too much energy and it's very erratic and spontaneous. There could be some financial disruptions. There could be embracing change in a very innovative way, very independent energy. There could be rash decisions, hasty actions, tensions rising with aggression, reckless and accidents could be happening with this too. Now, then we have July 21st, and that is also the full moon, but we also that day have Mercury in Leo. It's going to square Uranus in Taurus. Now, before I say that, when I was talking about the conjunction on the 15th, good and bad, it all depends on how you want to fall, okay? Some people can feel it bad, but you need to change it and see the positive with the conjunction. Okay, back to the square. Now, the square is a lesson and it is a challenge, and it's a willingness of, do you want to face the challenge? Not face it, but how you deal with the challenge, right? So you're dealing with a fixed square. So it means that we're stubborn with this square. We don't want the change. We're very stubborn with it. So, and this with Uranus is an unexpected change, right? And when it's dealing with Mercury, it's an unexpected change that comes in a form of communication, disruptors and surprises, innovative thinking that causes a conflict. There's tension between self expression and practicality. That self expression would be coming from the Leo energy, nervous energy, technology, right? Because you are dealing with that Aquarius, airplanes too. Is it the Aquarius? Uranus, which is the ruler of Aquarius. So my mind is just moving too fast. But there could be some tech issues, some social and ideological conflicts. There's debates, disagreements, media and communication, surprises, social reforms. Get ready for that. I find that that is the only square we have this month. So that is positive. If I can do the audience sound, I would do it. So pretend that there is like, ah. But yeah, that is the optimistic side of that. But yeah, so Mercury squaring Uranus. I think for a prediction, I think that there's going to be a surprise announcement from Leo, a celebrity or someone on stage. It could be like a Donald Trump kind of energy. But yeah, but very surprised, and is dealing with our resources and our finances, or what we deem resourceful or what they deem resourceful. And it's no bueno. We don't want that to change. Okay. Far as prediction for, I realized that, did I do much predictions? Now the Mars conjuncting Uranus, again, get ready for some surprises. And it's like you're trying to achieve what you need to achieve, because you're trying to achieve, not what you need to achieve, you're trying to achieve something that you value. And there's unexpected surprise with that, but it also could be very innovative. So get ready with that. And it's science. Now on the 22nd, the sun will be entering Leo that same day that the sun is going to oppose Pluto in a sign Aquarius. Now, this is another opposition, right? And we're talking about power struggles. Now, because Leo represents everyone on stage, get ready to hear that, to hear the self not getting along with the community and not getting along with the humanitarian, the world, right? There could be power struggles, personal versus collective, deep transformation, intense expressions, bold, authentic confrontation, facing the unseen collectively. Societal power dynamics could be happening, collective tensions, social transformation, technology and science are also connected with this too, because you're dealing with that Aquarius, you're dealing with airplanes too. And yeah, so let's see what's going to be brought into the light with this opposition coming up in July. So I wanted to do the tarot of the month, and then we'll get into the horoscopes. Now, before you check out your horoscopes and before you leave this one little section, please check out the tarot for the month. And then I'm also going to do tarot individually. But before you do your horoscopes, please check out your sun. If you want to look at what you achieve in this month of July, check out your moon to check out how your emotions are going to be doing, and your rising sign. If you know your rising sign, that is even great because it's more personalized to you. When you check out all three, you will really get a full reading on how you're going to be in the month of July. Also, if you want something that's way more detailed and you really want to know how it's going to affect you more personally, then go ahead and book a reading. You can join the Elite Tarot Club, like I said earlier, and you can ask the question. You can even put your birth time and all that stuff, and I will answer it. Okay, so let me mix my cards. The tarot deck that I have, which was under this crystal here, is the Mahogany Tarot. And let's do the tarot of the month of July. And we have the Five of Wands. So there's conflict, there's competition, very Leo energy. So get ready for the conflict and get ready for the change. Five represents change, and it's Five of Wands. So change in when it regards your passion and your drive. But there is some conflict that that could be happening this month. Doesn't mean personally, it just means it could mean as a collective. Now, also, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So, as a collective, we're going to be very nurturing about our finances. There was a lot of Venus energy coming on, okay? So, being aware of our finances, nurturing others with our finances, being charitable with our finances, that's very Leo energy. Venus. Queen of Pentacles is a very water energy with earth with it. So it's water is very compassionate and loving, and also creative, along with this pentacle energy of finances. So really being great with your finances, really taking care of your health as well. So being very like self-love and self-care with your body as well. Okay. Being a queen of it. So you're very motherly with this, and you're a leader, but you're still compassionate while leading when it comes to your health, when it comes to your time, when it comes to your finances and what we value in your body. Lastly, we have the Knight of Swords here, and the Knight of Swords is saying that it's going to be fast energy. Okay, things are going to be moving fast in the month of in the month of July. There's also a lot of communication happening, and be aware of that when Mercury starts to retrograde. Knight of Swords moves so fast. Okay, trust me, I have Mars in Gemini. I know how that is. It moves so fast, and there's an energy of slowing up. And with that Queen in Pentacles, it's telling us to slow down and really take time to be compassionate with our giving, but mentally be slow with your words, because it could be causing some conflict coming up ahead. Okay, so even though the Knight of Swords is not in reverse, my intuition never lies. I think of the song, but my intuition is telling you to slow down when it comes to your words, slow down when it comes to communicating via technology, slow down when it comes to socializing, reduce the gossip. But yes, the fastness and the quick wittiness and the quick thinking is going to work for your benefit when it's positive, but you still want to slow down and reflect, okay? So let's get into the horoscopes, shall we? Okay, Aries, welcome to your reading. I am going to actually pull a card for you, and then we're going to talk about your horoscopes here. I'm looking at your chart right now. Again, we have the Knight of Swords. If you were looking at the before tarot reading, then you relate to this. Also, we could have some heartbreak coming up. So, communication that could be causing some heartbreak, socializing that could be causing some heartbreak, and really reflecting, because my normal tarot deck that I love has the Sankofa in this. So really looking looking at your past and seeing how this affects your future. There's a lot of collaborations and learning from young ones and learning from others, networking as well for you guys, Aries. Oh, yeah. And I do see that Pluto in Aquarius up top. And let's see, in 11th house, also beginning to gather information here. I would think that is that Jupiter and Gemini, but gathering information to go on a voyage and to plan on a trip. The world is at your fingertips. And yes, that is what we have going on. This card here, the Two of Wands, is saying that the world is at your fingertips. You are on top of the world. You are about to even maybe do some business across sea as well. Okay, so let's see. July 5th, the new moon is in your July 5th, the new moon will be in your fifth house. Let me look at this. Will it be in your fifth house? No, it will be in your fourth house. Hold on one second. Let me look at this. Yeah, so the new moon is going to be in your fourth house, right? So there is some new beginnings that you're already having, or family, dealing with family. There's going to be some family renewal you can manifest, emotional foundations, or maybe domestic new starts and nurturing some roots, something that's dealing with home comfort, private initiatives, ancestry healing could be happening, family unity, foundation growth, parental roles, home projects could be happening with you. And then everything's going to move into that fifth house there, in Leo, and that fifth house is all about romance and love affairs and romantic flirtations, courtships, creativity and self-expression. When I have fifth house placements transiting, I start to pull out the Cricut and want to paint. So you have that, maybe writing, dancing, music, other forms of any type of artistic endeavors, personal projects, starting a new creative project, pursuing a hobby, recreation and leisure fun. You will be wanting to probably be more into sports and games and parties and vacations, dealing with your children and having joy in parenthood and having a childlike wonder is what you're going to have when it's Leo season. Now, before Leo season, though, we have on the 21st that full moon, and the full moon is going to be in your 10th house, and that's all about career milestones. There could be a climax in your public uh, recognition or your public image, your professional achievements, authority and realization, your work life balance, ambition, fulfillment, leadership. It's like on the spotlight there. And whatever you're trying to achieve, far as goals or your success, or having structure to your success, that's going to be highlighted, and there's going to be a climax with that. Now, Neptune in retrograding in the sign Pisces at the 29th degree is in your 12th house. So there is some closure, or there is some sense of urgency that could be dealing with your spirituality or reflection in spirituality, or something that was hidden that now is coming out, or like a hidden truth, your intuition, your mystical insights. Maybe there's a spiritual closure, maybe there's dream explorations, maybe there's something with your past life, like past life patterns. Maybe there's an emotional release, or something dealing with meditation or solitude or psychic awareness, something dealing with healings. It could be dealing with drugs, addictions. Yeah, things that are once hidden, it needs to be coming out to the truth. Now, Mars is going to enter the sign Gemini in the third house. So, really achieving things that are dealing with communication and your siblings and your neighborhood. Yeah, all your drive is going to be focused on that. So, like, if you're trying to achieve something, you're going to do it in your community. You're going to do it with a neighbor. You're probably trying to maybe have conflict with a neighbor as well, or conflict with a sibling, or working with a sibling to achieve your goals this month. But yes, that is what we have for you guys. Yeah, maybe that's why we have this going on. And then there could be a heartbreak dealing with the siblings, because we are dealing with that swords energy, and or like a neighbor or someone in your community. Yeah, but other than that, remember to the world is at your fingertips, and to prepare for the next step. Maybe prepare for the next month in August. I will see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed. Bye. Okay, Taurus, I am mixing the cards for you, and we have the third house getting busy for you in the Cancer season, and then it'll be moving to the fourth house during Leo season. So your new moon will be in the third house, and that is all about communication, early development, and anything learning. Your day-to-day travel, your siblings, relatives as well, right? Especially with that Cancer energy. Yeah, so like nurturing conversations. Maybe there's family discussions happening or family debates. Home-based learning could be happening, caring for neighbors, personal stories, supportive messages, because you have that Cancer energy, memory, and your maybe like nostalgic sharing or communicating something about the past with your neighborhood or your community or with your relatives or your sibling. Home-centered ideas, okay? You're dealing with your day-to-day energy too, and everyday communication, learning, gathering knowledge, thinking, and perception, your mental processing and analyzing information, solving problems, developing new ones, and the basics of learning something new, right? So taking a new class. Ooh, also very social media and technology. You're dealing with anything dealing with writing. So like if you're writing a book, if you're a journalist, if you're a blogger, reading new articles, watching TV, following the blogs, consuming the media content, especially when it comes to family and home and mom and yeah, or what feels safe. Okay, so again, we have this. If you're here for the second time getting this card, it is the world is at your fingertips. You're doing some research, especially with that third house energy, a research to prepare for something. We have the Queen of Swords happening for you too. The Queen of Swords is being very kind with their words. Okay, I'm also seeking a truth, but in a very compassionate way. Yeah, so but this Cancer season, during Cancer season, there's some short trips maybe in your neighborhood. Maybe you're engaging in your neighbors, participating in community events. Yeah. Let me see what else we have for you. Yeah, so when it moves to the fourth house, and then it'll be Leo energy. So like Mercury be moving to the fourth house, Venus will be moving into the fourth house, and the Sun will be moving into the fourth house in Leo. So you're dealing with proud heritage and being very creative at home, or maybe it's very dramatic with your family. There's leadership at home, or maybe there's a warm domestic energy or environment. There could be entertainment at home. Like you being on stage at home, like someone who created literally a stage at home. Family celebrations, loyal family bonds, grand ancestry energy, nurturing with a flair, protective parenting, and emotional generosity, and honoring your traditions. Let me pull a few more other cards for you guys. We have the Temperance. So practice everything in moderation. This is also about healing, okay, and being grounded. One foot is on the ground. One foot is dealing with spirituality and tapping into that intuition. Yeah, but also this could be a focus on domestic life, real estate, property, family. Could be happening. A private life, a nostalgia. Now Mars is going to enter Gemini in your second house. Now you are going to be financially driven when that happens. I think that happens on the 20th, if I remember the dates. But when Mars enters Gemini, you are going to be very versatile, maybe in your income or with your streams of income. There's communication and negotiation, especially when it comes to your finances and valuing intellectual property as well. Now, Neptune is going to retrograde in that 29-degree that I talked about earlier in your 11th house. And that is the house of friendships and social networks. So, spiritual and humanitarian aspirations could be happening, introspection on relationships, dissolution of illusions when it comes to your hopes and dreams, or when it comes to networking, or some type of illusion when it comes to some fogginess when it comes to your friendships and networks, some misconceptions about your social life and collective goals. Now, the full moon in Capricorn is going to happen in the ninth house. So, really having maybe reevaluating your philosophies and your beliefs, or higher learning, or any type of adventure that you're going to have dealing with travel or cultural energy. Okay. So yeah, and when you have that full moon, it's about releasing something from that, like maybe your goals, your long-term goals to travel, and release whatever the conflict is with that. Okay, now yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me see. Ooh, this temperance does represent Jupiter and Sagittarius. Let me see. Let me pull the bottom card off the deck here and see what it says. Ooh, it says hopes and dreams and have faith. Okay. So stay optimistic and deal with your future. This is dealing with your future and having faith. Very positive. Also, you need to be honest with yourself because she is not clothed. So you want to be honest and really seek the truth with this energy of this month. Yeah, I hope that resonated with you guys. I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, so now let me pull some cards for you, Geminis. We have the Queen of Wands, really being bold in your actions and really have inspiration and creativity and passion and drive coming up with you. Be confident in whatever you are doing, okay, and really motivating others. Let's see what else we have. Ooh, opulence. So you're really going to be in that Leo energy. You're going to be thriving this month with the Leo energy that is self-made energy. So you are the boss this month in July. We have the High Priestess, and the High Priestess is a major arcana. So it's really tapping into your intuition and having emotional intelligence and really going into that subconscious energy with wisdom. Okay. Now, also we have for you is that in astrology the second house themes in Cancer, right? So there are themes of emotional security, nurturing finances, protective wealth, um, caring about your investments or investments that are about caring, home based earnings, sentimental possessions, financial intuition, and using your intuitions with finances, and comfort spending, right? Like really spending on things that make you feel safe. Family assets could be with this energy, or you already been doing it. Maybe you're saving for security. There's values of tradition that could be happening. What else we have? Homemaking and being resourceful with homemaking, or being resourceful with your family, being very cautious with finances and financial planning. Having stable income is probably the focus already. When you have this placement happening, and maybe there's salary, you're talking about your finances, investments, budgeting, personal belongings. What do you have? Acquisition and ownership. So, like dealing with your real estate as well, or like a car, buying a car. We're dealing with Cancer. So, I'm thinking of something, buying a home more like, or buying something that feels safe. Yeah, material security. Now, that new moon is going to happen in this house, and the new moon is manifesting everything that I just mentioned earlier. So, go ahead and manifest in those aspects, dealing with security and comfort in your home and your mom or your family, or where you feel safe. Now, during Leo season, all that is going, oh, also the full moon is going to happen in your eighth house. So, in the sign Capricorn. So, you're really dealing with like having shared resources, and there's going to be probably a conflict with that, or financial, yeah, like things that you owe, like taxes or debt, or inheritances. Maybe having some clarity will be coming, or there's some transformative intimacy things happening, or something that's transformative, or something that's dealing with rebirth when it comes to your public image or your career, or something that's long term. Deep emotional insight. Oh, this is also dealing with legal matters too, right? So psychological energy could be dealing, psychological healing and psychology in some way. Anything dealing with the darkness or mysteries when it comes to long term, or your career, or the structure, or father energy. Yeah, ending a financial cycle. Maybe there's some hidden truths or some revealed secrets that be coming out with this full moon, and it's very transformative and it's very releasing. Now, when everything moves into that third house, it would be in the sign Leo, and the third house is all about communication, but it'll be very expressive. It'll be maybe you're a creative writer or you'll do some creative writing. Maybe you'll be confident in your speaking or maybe dramatic when having some conversations. There's some leadership, maybe in your local community or with your siblings, learning a new trade, and it's something that's dealing with creativity or dealing with being a boss. Playful learning, vibrant with your siblings, or very charitable with your siblings. Relationships, showcasing your ideas. Warm interactions, proud storytelling, bold opinions, and generous information, and sharing your innovative ideas and thoughts. Okay, let me see what else did I mention? Oh, Neptune, your Mars. Let me see, your Gemini. You're a Gemini. Mars is going to enter your first house in the sign Gemini. So you will be really energetic. Okay. Mars in the first house gives you so much energy. Yeah, Mars and sorry, my phone is ringing. Mars and Gemini gives you so much energy. Yeah, also with the Mars in the first house in a sign Gemini, communication and quick thinking. Um, there may be a challenging yourself with intellectual pursuits, such as like puzzles and strategy thinking or games or learning a new skill. Being flexible too, because Mars in Gemini is very mutable and flexible. Maybe there's self discovery, experimenting with new styles, because Gemini likes to try it all. Updating your personal look, reflecting on how you want to be perceived by others, and aligning yourself, your outer appearance with the inner self, right? Just strong communication and achieving things for yourself. And then also, when we have this full moon, no, Neptune. I think I talked about your full moon already. Did I talk about your full moon? Yes. Now, did I? The full moon in Capricorn is in your eighth house, financial completion, shared resources, clarity. I think I end of financials. Yeah, I think I did. Neptune in Pisces on the 29th. Now on the 29th. Neptune in Pisces at the beginning of the month, and it's in 29 degrees. It's retrograding in your 10th house. So you're reevaluating your career, maybe your public image. There's some illusions there. It's not very clear. Maybe professionally what's happening, there's some illusions or there's a fog, and there needs to be some introspection happening there. Spiritual leadership and ambition could be happening with displacement, authority, confusion. Maybe you're like a dream, like you do something you're doing something like you have a dream with your career. Hidden career motives, revisiting your goals. What else we have? Public role reflection, intuitive guidance far as like what you want to achieve with your long-term goals, and maybe there's work-life mysteries happening, or there's some compassion with work. Reevaluating your goals and your careers and clarifying your public perception, incorporating spirituality in your career can be happening as well. Okay, yeah, let me see. Yeah, really be confident with this, and yeah, spirituality on the stage for sure with these cards. I'm looking at the tarot here. Spirituality on stage, because I was thinking that you're very bold. There's a lot of self-made energy, but there's a very strong spiritual aspect happening. So yeah, be aware of that, and you're going to have this sense of the urgency of closing that up. So really tap into your spiritual truths. Okay, do not be afraid to tap into spirituality in any way that you can, especially when it regards to your long-term goals and your public image. Okay, I hope that resonated with you guys. Let me know if you have any questions and I will answer it. I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, all my cancers. Happy solar return. Yeah, but if you're a Cancer sun, if you are a Cancer rising, Cancer moon, welcome to your reading. I'm mixing the tarot cards. You hear me shuffling right now. Yeah, so let's pull some tarot first, and then let's get into what we have for as your astrology. We have some charitable energy. Either you're going to be receiving or you will be giving. Let's see, when it comes to finances and resources, there's this energy also of feeling like you are the victim or you're like closed off in prison. Let's see what else. Maybe you feel like you can't give. but it's all in your head. Ooh, here we have balancing something. There's a duality, very Gemini energy, but there is a duality here, like having multiple incomes, balancing act. Maybe there's a decision here, or there's so many options, two options here down on the table. I'm gonna pull one more. So we have two twos right here. Really having a passion to uh, have the drive, but there is this duality, maybe a relationship with God here, because that's what I always think when I see the number two, yourself and God, okay, or you or someone else. But yeah, the world is at your fingertips. You're preparing for something. Overseas travel is what I normally get with this card. But what I'm seeing is that there seems like you are a victim with your giving and your charitable acts. However, there is two sides of the coin here, and you need to realize that the world is at your fingertips. You are not the victim. You are not stuck or entrapped in a certain situation. So let's see what we have. This is in the month of July, okay? Now, far as astrology, and we'll connect it in a minute, everything's in the first house, of course, Cancer, right? Currently during Cancer season. So you're very sensitive, and when it comes to others, because that Venus, and when it comes to communicating, you're practicing maybe some self-care, maybe some emotional well-being. You're engaging in activities that help you process and express your emotions, such as maybe journaling, meditating, yoga, maybe therapy. There's some intuitive perception happening, like you're very strong with your intuitions. You're in a nurturing role right now, or you're in a protective mode with the Cancer, and there's some protective instincts. There is the energy of being protected, connected with home and family and home life, and focusing on creating a nurturing, welcoming home, and spending quality time with your family, and engaging in activities that strengthen family bonds, but really strengthens you, right? And your ancestry and your roots and your heritage. Now, that new moon is happening in that first house, July 5th. And this is a time to manifest in those themes that I just said. Anything dealing with yourself and your family and your heritage, and maybe things that are dealing with the past as well. Yeah, but beginning, nurturing self image, fresh identity, inner growth, self care initiative, home based projects. Personal goals, sensitive self expression, protective instincts, redefining your appearance as well, because that is that first house. New personal cycle, or maybe there's some inner strength things you can manifest or set some new goals in. Now, the full moon will be happening in that seventh house of relationships. So, you versus the relationships and long term goals is what you have here. And there's, night and day. Literally happening, and there's internal versus the external of your relationships. And maybe Capricorn energy tends to be a little cold emotionally, and maybe there's some coldness when it comes to relationships as well. Yeah, I'm trying to think if that's the case here, because we are talking about relationships. Maybe that is what that two is, and that full moon will be happening with the relationships. And there is this duality here that you have. There's two sides of the coins, thinking long term, or thinking with your emotions here and now, thinking of being cold or being very emotional and intuitive. There's things that you have to think about that, and you have to bring a balance, maybe find the balance between the two. Now, when Leo enters the second house, and all that energy, the sun, Venus, and Mercury will be all entering that second house. Now, Mercury will be going back. It's going to review in the second house, because it will be retrograding and go back in that first house. But when it's in the second house, all that energy, you're going to be having some proud possessions. You maybe be generous in spending. And that is the first card. Very creative with your income. There is a lot of luxury and comfort, confident in your finances, maybe dramatic in your wealth happening here. Artistic investments, financial boldness, stability through fame or lavish security, expressive value, personal finances and wealth, desire for luxury, generous in nature, pride in possessions. Yeah, let me see. Confidence in your self-worth could be happening here. Living in your true authentic self, because this is what you value. Monetizing your creativity. Financial leadership. Now, when you have that full moon in Capricorn, dealing with relationships, back to that. There could be some clarity in agreements and law as well, because that seventh house does represent law. So be aware of that, or maybe ending a partnership, or there is a climax in a partnership, or a climax in that cycle of a. That's showing the cycle is the full moon. But that's redefining the goals in your relationship, because Capricorn does represent goals. Maybe there is some mature collaborations, that there is a climax in that happening too. Mars is going to enter Gemini in that 12th house there. And when Mars enters Gemini in the 12th house, it's all about solitude, right? And maybe the subconscious inner drive, hidden energies, subconscious actions, like it's a secret what you're going to do. And maybe you're writing it down and not telling anyone. Inner struggles, maybe there's some unseen communication that's happening. Some secret skills that could be developing here. Maybe you're learning something and by yourself. Seclusion and isolation, need for solitude, private energy, hidden actions, private endeavors. Neptune is in that 29th degree in your ninth house there. And again, that is about your beliefs and higher learning and even traveling. So maybe there's a reflection of learning, aligning your career and spirituality, your public perceptions and illusions, because it's hugging that midheaven there. So it's really connecting to your career as well. So yeah, be aware of that and reevaluating some things there, and there's some closure if you feel like what's going on, what is this urgency here, when it comes to my career and when it comes to like my beliefs. That is because that Neptune is hugging there. Very normal, and maybe that is the energy of you feeling like you are the victim. But there's two sides to everything, and you need to stop looking at the negative and look at the positive. Maybe you need to look at that polarity energy and look at your home and look at your community and seek something there, because there is something coming up here, and it's something with relationships. But you need to look at the other side here for that positivity. All right. I will see you guys next time, Cancers. Bye. Hello, all my Leos. Welcome to your reading. Let me pull some tarot for you right now. Let's see what we have for you in the month of July. Oh, we have some, I think of kind of Gemini sometimes with this, but there is relationships and love and being people who are you value, you guys value the same things. There's someone you're aligned with, Leo. Leo makes sense because you got that love coming up with you guys. We have a major arcana card here, and it is the Chariot. So first we have the Two of Cups, and now we have the Chariot. And the Chariot also is about love, right? Cancer makes me think of love. The Chariot represents Cancer, but this is the willpower, the energy of moving forward and feeling very protective of your home. I mean, you have the home on your back. Also, there could be some decisions here. I do see the duality in this as well, which does represent that Gemini energy that we will be talking about. You're going to be saving your money, okay, or saving something, holding on to something for dear life, but it's something tangible. And then lastly, yeah, I'm thinking you guys are going to start saving some money. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So we have the Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Also, this is energy of moving very slow. Even though we have the Mars and Gemini coming up this month, it looks like you're moving slow when it comes to either your finances or something tangible. Now we have the 12th house in Cancer. You're already living this currently as you're watching this if it's Cancer season. But there's some emotional healing, some deep emotions happening here. Maybe you're nurturing the inner self. There's inner care, spiritual connection, spiritual practices. Maybe there's compassion and service to others, helping others, connecting to your ancestry and your heritage. Do some ancestral healing or some spiritual healing, or like family roots. And maybe it's like, like if you're like Haitian and you're dealing with like Santeria or something like that. I don't really know it that well, but something in that regards. But going to your like heritage and tapping into that spirituality is almost like if you are like Scandinavian and you do like runes or something like that. Maybe this is nothing like that, right? So maybe this is like a private retreat energy, or like healing through seclusion, or restoration and solitude, or healing through art, because it's very creative. Water and water, a major intuitive energy, like having a party at home but by yourself, okay, and just being very content and really enjoying that. even like maybe even beautifying things that deal with intuition, our mother, our home, our women energy. And you're doing it by yourself, but you are content. It's not loneliness, it's more like solitude, right? Now the moon and the new moon in Cancer is going to be in that 12th house, so you can manifest whatever you're feeling now. If you don't know, by the 5th, then I can give you suggestions. It could be like spiritual renewal. Maybe there's some inner healing you want to have, some emotional reflection. The 12th house represents things that are unknown or very secretive. It also could be dealing with some intimacy as well, subconscious insight, intuitive awakening, solitude, retreat, recharge, secret nurturing, healing rituals, past life insights, dream exploration, and inner peace. Now, everything is going to move. Well, the full moon for you on the 21st will be dealing with the 6th house, right? And that is all about also work. Did I say full house or did I say full moon? Full moon in Capricorn on the 21st. And that 6th house is really dealing with work and maybe like self analyzing and maybe pets. And there's some long term energy or there's stability or there's structure happening with this, or maybe with your employees and work and thinking the long term, or something that's very mature and old or cold, right? Happening in that 6th house of service, in that 6th house of pets, or that 6th house of employees and health. Most importantly, health, right? So yeah, there's some conflict that could be happening on that 21st with the new moon. I mean, with the full moon. Now, when it's Leo season, then you are going to be more confident than ever. Not than ever, but it's Leo season, and you're confident because everything is moving to that first house. You'll be bold with your presence, focus on self expression, focus on self promotion, creative expression, artistic flair, such as acting, painting, music. Maybe you're dramatic, okay? But you're setting some clear goals. There's desire and recognition. Yeah, very positive influence here. Now, then Mars will be entering Gemini in that 11th house there. Yeah, you're going to be achieving things through friendships or through a social network or something through socializing, or anything dealing with technology and social media, or like the air, like in airplanes, or collaborative projects or science, right? And you're really achieving your goals, and it's really innovative, really creative, really intellectual energy. You're engaged and you're dealing well about the world and humanitarian energy and social energy. Yeah. So, oh, very smart. I love the 11th house, especially when it comes to technology, because I love technology. And then I find that Gemini and Aquarius is very social. So yeah, go ahead and live out your best. Now, Neptune is retrograding in that 29th degree in your 8th house, right? So we're dealing with mystery and intimacy and money that you could owe, or anything that's dealing with taboo. So deep psychological and emotional healing, exploring the subconscious and letting go and releasing burdens and spiritual transformation, mystical experiences. There is a sense of rebirth with this energy too. Shared resources. Yeah, really having I don't want to say Ouija board, but something dealing with that. Hopefully it's not dark though, okay? But financial matters, reevaluating finances and partnerships and intimacy and deep connections. There's transformation and healing in relationships too with this. Now, I do see that the Cancer card is pulled and is dealing with some intuition. And I do see this part could be the intimacy here that we're dealing with, that Two of Cups at the beginning. But yeah, you want to use your intuition. You want to have deep conversations. Do not just stay on the surface, especially when that Neptune in that 8th house. So really tap in deep. Now, the sense of like not letting go, and I'm wondering if that has something to do with the money in that 8th house with Neptune in Pisces, because Saturn is also in that 8th house of just like really holding tight. And maybe there needs to be a release, but there is an ending. You may be moving slow, or it may be moving slow with that Knight in Pentacles when it comes to some shared resources, just so you know, okay? Yeah, let me know what happens. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Virgos, welcome. Let me pull some cards for you. But while I'm mixing these cards, the 11th house has all your Cancer themes. So during Cancer season, it's all in your 11th house. And it's all about nurturing with your community or maybe feeling supportive emotionally. And you're very caring, you're protective of your friendships. There's also maybe intuition with groups or feeling empathy and with your friends or there's like a home like network. Oh, a card fell. We'll put this card here. And it is the Four of Wands in reverse. Just so you know. Family like roots, dealing with energy, security and compassion, memories, caring for groups or volunteering work, hosting gatherings could be happening here. Let me see what else. Maybe you're forming or joining a support group that focus on emotional well-being and mutual care, emotional support kind of group, conversations with intuitive networking, family-like networks, family events, mother, safe spaces, all that. Maybe there's a workshop or a group that you're joining and you're discussing that. The new moon is going to be in that house. So manifesting energy about new friendships, manifesting or setting some goals about the community and initiatives with the community or emotional networks or supportive groups, anything that's dealing with collaborative or the future or technology or science. Maybe there's empathetic causes, fresh social circles. Yeah, dream realization you can manifest in. Now, you also have the full moon that's going to happen in your fifth house of self-expression. So it's like the self versus others, and you have to find a balance between that. Or maybe it's like this arts and crafts versus technology in the future. Find a balance of that. But usually it's about the self, and then it's usually about others. So let's see how that goes with that full moon. In the sign Capricorn, it's thinking of long-term goals. Long-term goals with fifth house energy. Capricorn with fifth house energy makes me think it's like code in relationships and long-term relationships, right? When you have that full moon. Um, yeah, artistic discipline, serious fun, romantic realization, okay? Um, practical passion, thinking about the fun milestones and fun in a long term. And there is a climax in that, or you want like rewards when it comes to your hobbies, or yeah, something tangible. Well, not tangible, just you want to be acknowledged for your creativity. Yeah. Let me see what else I have. Sorry, I should have pulled some cards here. Hold on. Okay. So we have the Four of Wands in reverse. That makes me think like the partying needs to stop. The partying needs to stop, and maybe that's what that full moon represents, like the community and the celebration here. Yeah, really contemplate and think about what you have. You seem bored. That is what that card represents, which is the Four of Cups. The Tower in reverse. Ooh, good, because there is no unexpected surprises happening. There's no chaos happening in your life. The structure you are depending on is not really that false. You think it's probably a shady structure. Makes me think of that relationship with the Neptune and Pisces. We'll talk about that. Knight of Wands. Yeah, the passion and drive is going to be happening for you, especially with Leo season. So let me get more into. So that Leo energy is going to go in the 12th house, right? And in the 12th house, there's some hidden creativity, the subconscious pride, spiritual leadership. We have the spiritual leadership with that Knight in Wands. I can see that happening. Inner child kind of energy, private passion, silent strength. It could be happening when we hit Leo season. Secret talents, mystical expressions, the shadow ego, unseen authority, quiet confidence, invisible influence, right? You have all that happening when we go into Leo season. Now, Mars and Gemini is going to be in that 10th house, and it's all about your career and having a dynamic career and being very professional and career communication, being very adaptable with your leadership. having some agility when it comes to your career, proactive in your public image, multitasking at work, expressive authority, vocal leadership. Now that Neptune retrograding in the sign Pisces, in the sign Pisces, in that pivotal, strong 29 degrees, there is some relationship illusions, spiritual partnerships, reevaluating bonds, hidden dynamics, unresolved issues, emotional healing, subconscious. Seventh house relationship, legal things could be happening, like hidden agreements, boundary clarity, idealistic love, and there's some boundaries that are not clear. In intuitive interactions, compassionate, and boundaries. Let me see, maybe with the love department. Ooh, okay, yeah. So maybe in a love department here, there's going to be some endings there. Like if you're getting married or something like that, it looks like it's not happening. It's okay. Maybe you are bored, or maybe you're not grateful for the one you love. Um, yeah, so it looks like this. Yeah, it's like you're depending on. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I don't want to be negative, but I'm just gonna say it. Okay, from what I'm seeing in his cards, okay, it looks like there is probably a relationship, and it looks like that Neptune and Pisces is a strong one here, and it could be that you're bored. Or you're not seeing what God is giving you, because that Neptune could be a little cloudy. It's one or the other. Usually, when the Tower card is in upright, there is chaos and there is disruption, right? And it's aggressive and conflict. But that's not happening here. It seems like it's kind of quiet, or it's hidden, like no one can see it. It's very Pisces energy. But here you are, you have the confidence coming up, and the bravery and the motivation, and it looks like it will be happening more in Leo season. Let me see what we can have for us this the Four of Wands in reverse. It's not a major arcana, so it may not be that big of a deal. Maybe it's happening towards the end. Cancer could, it could be happening towards the end. You have that Saturn retrograding in a sign Pisces as well. You have the Page of Swords that I pulled for you. Yeah, so this is the beginning of the truth here. There's a message coming your way in the month of July, and it's going to be honest, and it's going to either be like text message or email, or but it is not a message like within your head, like la la la. No, it is a verbal, written communication. Okay, or maybe through social media. But yes, that is what we have. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, my Libras. Let me see what we have for you. I'm going to mix up the cards. And how is everyone doing today? Cancer is in your 10th house. So all this Cancer energy so far is dealing with nurturing maybe emotional leadership, or caring about your public image, and maybe protecting your authority, or maybe there's some family orientated goals. Maybe you're very intuitive professionally, or maybe there's some supportive ambition. Your home base is your business, is at home. Career security, motherly leadership, work-life balance, sensitivity with achievement. Maybe there's a protective public role happening. Now, the new moon is going to be in that 10th house, so you can manifest anything that I just said earlier, right? Like maybe you can manifest a fresh start with your goals and your ambitions, or with your family and the home-based ventures, or like leadership, or compassion, or your achievements, or professional security, maybe a new career, or a new foundation, right? Let me pull some cards too. We have the 10 of Swords happening for you guys, and we have the Judgment card as well. Hold on. Oop, a card that fell. And we have the Death card too. So it looks like a lot of endings, a lot of rebirth, a lot of transition, a lot of the truth needs to come to the light. Okay, this is a deep month for you Libras, in the month of July. I do see that Mars is in your 8th house. I do see Uranus is in your 8th house, because that kind of makes me what I think of. Let me see what Scorpio is. Scorpio is in your second house of finances and resources, but there's some type of ending. There is going to be a message sent to you. There's some words, and you feel like it's hurting you. But this is all about your true awakening and like what is your role calling, which we are dealing with that 10th house. What is your true calling happening here? You have that new moon that will be happening in your new moon in Capricorn will be happening in your fourth house of home. And there needs to be some honesty here when it comes to that. Climax is going to bring that to the light, because there needs to be an awakening. What is your true calling? Really bear the truth and honesty. And there is going to be a rebirth. There is going to be a transition. There is going to be some healing. There is going to be the darkness before the light, but there will be the light, but you have to go through the darkness. Now, when you manifest your new moon in Cancer, I will manifest all that, okay? To have clarity and to really see the not the silver lining, but to see the growth and the positivity out of this challenge. Challenges does add for growth and a better life. So it's not negative. But these are two major arcanas. One's dealing with Pluto, and Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio, and the other one is dealing with Scorpio. And to me, it seems dark because that card is dark. And these are just not, they're not dark, but they're just so real. There's nothing surface level about it. The 11th house is where all the Leo energy will be going to when it's Leo season. And that is all about expressive friendships and leaderships. Maybe they're going to say some words that's backstabbing you, but there's proud association, there's social and pride, group enthusiasm, inspirational leadership, and celebrating with a big group or a network or yes, but yeah, really seeing network, maybe being creative when it comes to technology and science as well. Yeah, but that full moon in Capricorn is about home responsibilities and achievements. There's going to be a climax in that, or household goals, or something with your roots or ancestry, or your mom or the womb. And then we have the Mars in Gemini. Rebirth also makes me think of like a family member passed, and maybe someone's giving birth to, but there needs to be an awakening. There needs to be like, what is your truth? Mars in Gemini, or maybe you're experiencing that. And you know what? Let me pull another card. I'm gonna pull the card out the bottom because we're getting deep. There's two kind of opinions here. This is not really opinions, but there's two sides of what's going on that can give you two physical results of this rebirth or this change or this, and you need to see both sides, okay? Because they're going to give you two tangible results, and it's okay. You can have your intuition pick what side. Not one side is better than the other, but it's very emotional because the Two of Pentacles has the water in the background really high. Mars in Gemini is going to enter your ninth house, and that ninth house is all about your intellect and exploration and philosophy and energetic learning. Maybe there's travel and debate, right? Curiosity with expansion, and being versatile with your beliefs, and being proactive with teaching or higher education. And spiritual journeys can be happening when you have Neptune retrograding on the 29th degrees at your sixth house. And that is all about your workplace. And maybe there's some illusions there, or maybe there's some reflection with your health and service reassessment or spiritual routines, because it does represent routines, subconscious habits. Also, maybe there's some compassion and service happening, and there's a routine of reevaluation, and maybe this is what you have to be real in, and maybe this is what this awakening is happening for you. So, mystical work, idealistic duties, routine reevaluation, hidden health issues, sacrificial work happening here, or clarifying some sacrificial work or responsibilities. Yes, so that is what we have. And responsibilities. Yes, that is what we have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know how it goes. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Scorpios, let's see what we have for you. I'm going to mix the tarot cards and I'll pull them as I'm discussing your astrology. Cancer is the Cancer season right now is dealing with your ninth house, right? So, Scorpios, emotionally, I say that because I'm a Scorpio moon, so this is partially for me. I'm being greedy. I mean, I'm being selfish, but no, it doesn't have to be emotionally. But for you guys who have your sun in Scorpio or your Scorpio rising, ninth house Cancer energy is emotional beliefs are nurturing your wisdom. There's something dealing with cultural roots or intuitive learning, family philosophy, right? Or exploring your explorations are all about nurturing and caring, or maybe there's some protective ideals, comfort in traveling. Maybe there's home based studying or home based higher learning, like joining a school online, at home, compassionate expansion, heritage exploration. Now, the new moon is going to be in that same house, so you can manifest like a spiritual journey or new philosophies or manifest educational beginnings, personal growth, comfort and expansion, family traditions, home based studies. You can manifest that, or like sentimental knowledge, right? Exploring your roots as well through travel. Now, the full moon in Capricorn will be happening in your third house. And the third house is maybe there's a climax, or like there is this big zenith happening emotionally, happening with communication and clarity, or conclusive conversations, or achievement and learning. Maybe there's something with your siblings or your community or your neighborhood. Maybe there's some mature conversations happening. Okay. Balancing the message with your neighborhood and your leadership and critical thinking. Now, as it gets to Leo season, then that all that energy is going to go to the 10th house. And Leo is all about being bold and being creative and leadership. So, leadership with ambition and creative careers and having confident authority and being bold in your achievements and being very proud in your reputation and very leader boss kind of stuff, right? Scorpios, career will be the spotlight, and everyone look at me and my career and my ambitions and my role in the public life. Okay. Now, Mars will be entering Gemini in that eighth house. Let me pull some cards here. Hold on 1 second. Okay. So every card is in reverse, but the cards are not in reverse here, but all the cards are in reverse. So it makes me think that there's even like a halt happening here. There needs to be a pause. Definitely a reflection for you guys in this month of July, Scorpios. The King of Cups in reverse makes me think that someone is either internally saving all their emotions, or they're being emotionally immature. Then you have the Nine of Cups, which is usually representing good luck, but it's in reverse. So I'm thinking it's like you're not having the best luck. That's what you think. One, or two, it's all internal. Again, this could be internal or stop or halt or actually like such an imbalance. Okay. So one of those three things. Or it's like you are not focusing on yourself, but you're really putting this on everyone else. That kind of energy. Okay. So yeah, like the boastfulness, it could be happening, or you're not grateful for the things you have, or you're looking at what others have, is what you have with that Nine of Cups. Now, then also our greediness too. The King of Cups makes me think of someone who's lying, not telling the truth, not seeking clarity, also being confused with your thought and intellect, right? And then the Ace of Swords is there was this new idea, but it's not moving anywhere. It's stuck, or you don't have this new sense of clarity. There isn't a sense of clarity coming your way. You're in the fog. Okay. Let me see what we have with the Mars and enter Gemini, because I do see a lot of words happening here with emotions. So we have the emotions and social and words happening for you guys in the month of July. And it's in the eighth house. The eighth house is about some secrets happening here, transformation, energetic intimacy. Could be dealing with some finances, could be dealing with some resources, some shared resources, maybe curiosity and the mysteries, maybe communicative bonds, assertive joints, ventures, energetic research, financial discussions, transformation dialogues, right? Transformative dialogues, because that is psychological house, and there's some healing here. Now, the Neptune thing is what I'm thinking. Let's see if that has to deal with the cards. And the Neptune is retrograding in sign Pisces with 29 degrees in your fifth house. The fifth house is all about your self expression and who you are and having fun. And maybe this is maybe reflecting on your creativity. Maybe there's some romantic illusions happening here. Ooh, because that King of Cups does deal with romance and relationships, and it's like maybe you're not grateful for what you have. Revisiting your joy, intuitive creativity, hidden talents, dreamy love affairs, fantasy versus reality. Oh, I do see this. This is like in the clouds, and there's fantasy all up in your head emotionally. I kind of think that is it. Mystical fun, reevaluating your hobbies, children imagination. I'm thinking you're in a fantasy and you're not really thinking about the truth, like it's not happening. Okay. Um, First of all, let me see if the cards in. No, I'm not. I'm just going to mix the cards, and we're gonna ask for what should Scorpios do. Cards have fallen out. Oh, sorry. Okay, so this is everything. Okay, I'm laughing. I don't know. Oh yeah. Okay. Here we go. I have cards that have fallen out. I'm going to read them all. You fought a battle. You don't like the way you won the battle. Okay. It could be dealing with words. Okay. This is usually representing transformation and a change, a rebirth, but it's stuck. When it's in reverse, I feel like there isn't going to be a change here, right? So don't worry about the transformation or the darkness, because it's actually not really there. It's not going to happen. Look at this. There is some willpower and movement happening for you guys this month. There are two sides of the coin happening as well. This card keeps getting pulled with this duality that Mars and Gemini maybe. But yeah, it's going to be emotional, but you can do it and you can multitask as well. And also the heavy load will be lifted. All this that has been going on for you guys, the heavy load will be lifted. That is the positive part of all this. Pluto is sitting on that little IC there, not that little, with your home and family and emotions, where you feel safe. There is a transformation or something changing there. So you guys have been dealing with that, and then it's posing your career. But yeah, but the baggage will be lifted in this month of July. Just go through it, you guys. Get out of your head though with the fantasy. All right, I will see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed. Bye. Hello, welcome all my Sagittarius. Let's pull some cards for you. We have the High Priestess for you guys. Hold on, let me pull a few more. We have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Let me see what else we have. The Queen of Cups in reverse. Let me pull one more, and we have the Page of Wands in not in reverse. Okay, so the High Priestess is all about tapping into your intuition, finding that spiritual wisdom and knowledge. It's all about the things you cannot touch, but it is very spiritual and wise, and it's all about a feeling and intuitive energy. Okay, it is a major arcana. It is the only major arcana you have this month, so that means that that is a big deal for you guys. Okay, so we're going to tap into that and really listen to what our gut, our intuition, or that feeling is. Now, when you're dealing with Cancer energy, because it's Cancer season currently, as I am filming this, so you're really going to go off of the intuition of empathetic energy, like nurturing energy and compassion, and really feeling what other people are feeling. That is what this energy currently now is. Now, if you're dealing with Leo intuitive energy, then you're really going to be really dramatic with your feelings. And your intuition is going to be very loud and boastful. It will not hide. Okay. Now we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Usually in the upright, the Ten of Pentacles represents like financial security and family, and maybe an inheritance or like a money legacy. We'll see how that entertains. I see Cancer energies in the eighth house of money. So I'm wondering if the inheritance did not work out, or if there is some money owed for as taxes and it's affecting your family. We will see. Then we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. really practice the self-love. I see the self-love has left. You feel off balance, whereas being a mother or being a nurturer or being compassionate, it's okay. We're human. There is always time to grow and change. And the Page of Wands is either there's a new message and it's going to inspire you, or there's this new spark of drive happening. And it's like you're learning to be bold, or learning to be courageous, or maybe there's a young fire sign coming your way that's going to bring some motivation. Okay, so Cancer in eighth house. The themes right now currently for you could be like a rebirth energy. I personally experience Cancer because when this happens to me in my past, I am someone who has experienced death and then actually gave birth. So this could be the energy for you guys if that is what you're experiencing. That is also rebirth, that nothing ever dies. Emotional transformation, nurturing intimacy, protective bonds, family inheritance, which we did discuss with the cards, healing connections, intuitive death, shared resources, sentimental legacies, comfort in change. Caring for others, financial security, private emotions, ancestral healing, deep emotional ties, security through transformation. Now, the new moon is in that new house, in that eighth house, so you can also manifest in those things that I just discussed earlier, like your shared resources, or your taxes, or your debt, or your inheritances, new financial strategies, transformation and healing, private growth. Yeah, renewed trust, ancestry insights, okay, security and change. So that is the new moon, and then a full moon is going to happen in the second house, and it's opposing that new moon, and it's talking about long-term goals with resources, and you're like, oh, but I'm dealing with resources or what you value. So there could be financial realization with this new moon. With the full moon, financial goals that you need to meet, and it's coming to its climax. Economic clarity, your self-worth and reflection of your self-worth, like what am I really valued, how am I valued for, as like being a mom or a protector or a nurturer. Yeah, so responsibility also with that full moon in Capricorn. So just look out for that. It will be emotional tug of war, but it's about you creating a balance. That's on the 21st. Now the Leo energy also will be changing when the sun enters Leo, and you have Venus that will be entering Leo, Mercury will be entering Leo, then retrograding back into Virgo, and then coming back into Leo. But when you have that in the ninth house, right, there's inspirational teaching, adventurous and learning, bold exploration, creativity and philosophy. Maybe there's joyfulness when you're traveling, and visionary beliefs, and mentorship, dramatic expansion, proud ideas, spiritual growth, public speaking could be happening, especially with that Mercury, or preparing for public speaking, or educational pursuits. Now, Mars will be entering the sign Gemini in the seventh house. So you have the themes of dynamic partnerships, right? It's all about relationships and open enemies and legal energy, also aesthetics and beauty. So active debates in energetic relationships, negotiation skills when it comes to contracts, partnership initiative, dual approach in love, strategic alliances, being adaptable in relationships, or dealing with achieving some aesthetics and beauty. Okay, multiple beautiful things too, like really being attracted to all of it with the Gemini energy. Now, Neptune retrogrades in the sign Pisces at 29 degrees in that fourth house, and there could be some family illusions happening for you. Again, like the fantasy. Yeah, the Queen of Cups makes me think this is what we're dealing with. That's why I paused. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm thinking that. So there's some finances, but that Queen of Cups, I'm thinking is because that Neptune is in the fourth house. The fourth house makes me think of Queen of Cups, and it's retrograding, and you're dealing with Pisces, so there could be some insecurity when it comes to your family and love and relationships. And I'm talking about relationships for our safety, not relationships with like, yeah, love, but family. Okay, home introspection, hidden family, spiritual roots, memories from the past, maybe that's coming to light, healing past wounds, inner sanctuary, or private spirituality. The Page of Wands is going to bring it out. It starts off small because he's a little bite, but he is strong and he is brave, so there is that. Okay, I will see you guys listen, the Page of Wands is going to start off of you learning how to have the drive and passion and confidence and boldness in this any type of problems you're having in July. Okay, practice creativity, practice self-love. Okay, practice the ambition and being brave and courageous. All right, I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, welcome all my Sagittarius. Let's pull some cards for you. We have the High Priestess for you guys. Hold on. Let me pull a few more. We have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Let me see what else we have. The Queen of Cups in reverse. Let me pull one more. And we have the Page of Wands in not in reverse. Okay, so the High Priestess is all about tapping into your intuition, finding that spiritual wisdom and knowledge. It's all about the things you cannot touch, but it is very spiritual and wise, and it's all about a feeling and intuitive energy. Okay, it is a major arcana. It is the only major arcana you have this month, so that means that is a big deal for you guys. Okay, so we're gonna tap into that and really listen to what our gut, our intuition, or that feeling is. Now, when you're dealing with Cancer energy, because it's Cancer season currently, as I am filming this, so you're really going to go off of the intuition of empathetic energy, like nurturing energy and compassion and really feeling what other people are feeling. That is what this energy currently now is. Now, if you're dealing with Leo intuitive energy, then you're really going to be really dramatic with your feelings. And your intuition is going to be very loud and boastful. It will not hide. Okay. Now we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Usually in the upright, the Ten of Pentacles represents like financial security and family and maybe an inheritance or like a money legacy. We'll see how that entertains. I see Cancer energy is in the eighth house of money. So I'm wondering if the inheritance did not work out or if there is some money owed for as taxes and it's affecting your family. We will see. Then we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. Really practice the self-love. I see the self-love has left. You feel off balance, whereas being a mother or being a nurturer or being compassionate. It's okay. We're human. There is always time to grow and change. And the Page of Wands is either there's a new message and it's going to inspire you, or there's this new spark of drive happening. And it's like you're learning to be bold or learning to be courageous, or maybe there's a young fire sign coming your way that's going to bring some motivation. Okay, so Cancer in eighth house, the themes right now currently for you could be like a rebirth energy. I personally experience Cancer because when this happens to me in my past, I am someone who has experienced death and then actually gave birth. So this could be the energy for you guys if that is what you're experiencing. That is also rebirth, that nothing ever dies. Emotional transformation, nurturing intimacy, protective bonds, family inheritance, which we did discuss with the cards, healing connections, intuitive death, shared resources, sentimental legacies, comfort in change, caring for others, financial security, private emotions, ancestral healing, deep emotional ties, security through transformation. Now, the new moon is in that new house, in that eighth house, so you can also manifest in those things that I just discussed earlier, like your shared resources, or your taxes, or your debt, or your inheritances, new financial strategies, transformation and healing, private growth. Renewed trust, ancestry insights, okay, security and change. So that is the new moon, and then a full moon is going to happen in the second house, and it's opposing that new moon, and it's talking about long-term goals with resources, and you're like, oh, but I'm dealing with resources or what you value. So there could be financial realization with this new moon. With the full moon, financial goals that you need to meet, and it's coming to its climax. Economic clarity, your self-worth and reflection of your self-worth, like what am I really valued? How am I valued for as like being a mom or a protector or a nurturer? So responsibility also with that full moon in Capricorn. So just look out for that. It will be emotional tug war, but it's about you creating a balance. That's on the 21st. Now, the Leo energy also will be changing when the sun enters Leo, and you have Venus that will be entering Leo, Mercury will be entering Leo, then retrograding back into Virgo and then coming back into Leo. But when you have that in the ninth house, right, there's inspirational teaching, adventurous and learning, bold exploration, creativity and philosophy. Maybe there's joyfulness when you're traveling, and visionary beliefs and mentorship, dramatic expansion, proud ideas, spiritual growth, public speaking could be happening, especially with that Mercury, or preparing for public speaking, or educational pursuits. Now, Mars will be entering the sign Gemini in the seventh house. So you have the themes of dynamic partnerships, right? It's all about relationships and open enemies and legal energy, also aesthetics and beauty. So active debates energetic relationships, negotiation skills when it comes to contracts, partnership initiative, dual approach in love, strategic alliances, being adaptable in relationships, or dealing with achieving some aesthetics and beauty. Okay, multiple beautiful things too, like really being attracted to all of it with the Gemini energy. Now, Neptune retrogrades in the sign Pisces at 29 degrees in that fourth house, and there could be some family illusions happening for you. Again, like the fantasy. Yeah, the Queen of Cups makes me think this is what we're dealing with. That's why I paused. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm thinking that. So there's some finances, but that Queen of Cups, I'm thinking is because that Neptune is in the fourth house. The fourth house makes me think of Queen of Cups, and it's retrograding, and you're dealing with Pisces, so there could be some insecurity when it comes to your family and love and relationships. And I'm talking about relationships for our safety, not relationships with like, yeah, love but family. Okay, home introspection, hidden family, spiritual roots, memories from the past, maybe that's coming to light, healing the past wounds, inner sanctuary, or private spirituality. The Page of Wands is going to bring it out. It starts off small because he's a little bite, but he is strong and he is brave, so there is that. Okay, I will see you guys. Listen, the Page of Wands is going to start off of you learning how to have the drive and passion and confidence and boldness in this any type of problems you're having in July. Okay, practice creativity, practice self-love. Okay, practice the ambition and being brave and courageous. All right, I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, my Capricorns. Welcome to your horoscopes. Okay, of July, I have Cancer energy all in your seventh house, right? So the sun's there, Venus is there, Mercury. Mercury will be retrograding. I'm going into Leo in that eighth house, but then it'll retrograde right back into that seventh house. So when you have things going in the seventh house currently, if you are in Cancer season watching this, themes of emotional partnerships and nurturing relationships and protecting your bonds and caring for connections, family orientated unions, sensitive commitments and intuitive interactions, supportive marriages, home-based partnerships, yeah, loyal partnerships here, deep emotional ties, very sensitive and emotional when it comes to anything legal, anything dealing with aesthetics, beautifying the home as well, and having art with the home, or having art with your mom, or having art with feminine energy, the moon, and looking at the beauty of the moon. Yes, now you have the new moon that is going to happen in the seventh house. So you can manifest things in new relationships, maybe emotional partnerships, nurturing bonds, fresh commitments, supportive alliances, intuitive connections, family orientated unions, having a home based relationship. Like, I don't want someone who's out of town. I want someone here who lives in my city, in my home, secure partnerships, anything dealing with law and family and the mothers and feminine energy, contracts and new beginnings in marriage. Okay, I'm pulling the cards as I am reading your astrology. What else do we have? Oh, and then also you have that full moon in Capricorn, right? And that's going to happen on the 21st. So then if it's happening in the seventh house, the full moon is going to happen in that first house. So it's like your emotions are about yourself versus relationships and that open enemy or the contract and the law. So you're gonna have some personal, you're gonna may have climax or zenith or conflict, or maybe need to release something that deals with the self and your public image, or authority and identity, responsibility in your actions, reflecting on self-growth, independence and public recognition, or your long-term goals of the self could be happening as well. Now Leo will soon, all this energy will be going into the 8th house in the sign Leo. So the Sun, Venus, and Mercury will be going into Leo. And then you have the themes of powerful transformations, dramatic rebirth, intense, um, intense intimacy, proud shared resources, creative deep connections, leadership in joint ventures, financial authority, luxury, and like a lot of money and inheritance. Okay, gold, gold, gold everywhere. Generous legacies. Enthusiastic transformation. Mars will enter Gemini in your 6th house. And when you have Mars entering Gemini in the 6th house, then you have productivity, multitasking, active daily scheduling, and being efficient with your communication, adaptable with your work and your work methods, being versatile in your job roles and in the workplace. Debates could be happening at work. There could be dealing with health and collaborating projects, and environmental strategies are being very strategic with your efficiency and energetic routine and adjustments. Positive to me on that, especially when it touches Gemini. Get ready for that. Neptune retrogrades in Pisces on 29 degrees. It's hugging that IC of family and security and home. So themes of elusive communication, intuitive insights, reflective thoughts, emotional conversations, dreamy perceptions, family secrets could be happening here. Hidden sibling. I'm wondering if you discover that mystical um, neighbor, or like a hidden neighbor, or something in your community that is a secret here. The subconscious expression. And what else do we have? Private discussions, idealized home life. Okay. Let me see, what else do we have? Okay, so I have the strength card in reverse, and the strength card represents Leo. And when you have the strength card in reverse, it's like you're not being compassionate, you're not being brave, you're not being strong. So work on that, my Capricorns. And also, this is someone who is grieving, and it's like you didn't work on your grief. You actually stopped. Or maybe this is someone who is actually looking at the glass half full, not half empty. We do have the Queen of Wands. You're very confident. So, there is this like lack of compassion, but yet you're confident and brave. And also, we have the Two of Swords in reverse. Let me think about this. I'm thinking Capricorns, this is going to be positive for you. I'm thinking actually this strength card in reverse is like you have inner strength, because you're thinking that the glass is half full, not half empty. You're not focused on the negativity this month. You have the passion, you have the drive, you're here to motivate others. You're going to be really creative this month. And you're not going to be indecisive. The blindfold is off. You can make a clear decision this month. Yeah, I think it's going to be very positive for you guys this month. Let me know how everything is. Yeah, especially with that Mars entering the 6th house. I'm thinking that the Mars in Gemini is going to give you the drive to have clarity. Yeah, very positive for you guys. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, my Aquarius babies. How are you doing? Welcome to your horoscopes and your tarot for the month of July. And Cancer energy is all in your 6th house. So, this is all about nurturing your work environment and your emotional health, mental health, probably too, or caring or servicing of others in a protective way, or protective over your coworkers, dealing with home based work as well during Cancer season, or healing and nurturing with your health or with others, and family orientated work, or co-workers are your family or your mother, and maybe having caring responsibilities or security in your daily life, dealing with security in your daily life. Now you have a new moon in that same house, so manifest in everything that I just mentioned earlier, like maybe manifest some supportive colleagues, or maybe manifest working at home, or being better at your daily home-based task, or your routines at home, intuitive healthcare, being comfort having comfort in your routine, or renewing your work environment, or maybe protecting your health as well. because there is security with that. And then the full moon on the 21st, because that new moon is on the 5th. The full moon on the 21st of Capricorn will be on in your 12th house. So the themes of that, there may be some climax or some emotional conflict or opposing energy with your hidden achievement or emotional closure, or something that you need clarity, or that you're very secretive about, or maybe there's an end of some cycles of some sort. Maybe some secrets will be revealed, or there's something with solitude, drugs, secret or mystery. Insanity and insecurities. And this is going to cause some internal and external conflict here. But this will be the climax, and there will be a lesson learned. I dropped a card here. Hold on. With that full moon in Capricorn. Now, when it's Leo season, all this energy will turn into the seventh house, meaning that Mercury will be retrograding in the seventh house, and Venus and the Sun will be entering the seventh house in Leo, and you'll be having some passionate romance, and with some relationships, or I wonder, falling in love with a business partner, collaborative, unions, or proud of a union, being very generous with your partners, or maybe very expressive or bold with your romance endeavors, or leadership in relationships, or public relationships, warm interactions, or maybe some loyal partnerships. Now, Mars entering Gemini in the fifth house, then these themes are going to be, you're going to have a drive and energy towards your love life, or active playedness, or really being having some expressive with fun, flirtatious, communicative, competitive games, bold expression, entertainment. You may be a little curious about some things, or some adventurous aspects, being outside in the forefront, and also limelight energy, and also dealing with child joy. Okay, just pure bliss, even fertility, maybe creating fertility. Okay, you have that. Now Neptune is going to retrograde in the sign Gemini, no, retrograde in the sign Pisces at 29 degree. Remember, that's the critical degree, or maybe there's some endings or something. That's in the second house. So like there's some financial illusions that you've been having, or you're reevaluating your values. Maybe you're emotionally spending, there's spiritual wealth, hidden assets, compassionate with finances, mystical resources, unclear possessions, sacrificial spending. You're dreaming of your endings, earnings, not endings, but there could be some ending of some financial things, or something that you value, or some financial healing. Okay, so the cards that I have is that here, either there's inner compassion, or there's lack of compassion here. You are on a stage that's very Leo, with this Six of Wands. You're being celebrated, you are on a stage. There's an imbalance with a love, maybe with the romance. It may not happen. There may be some fun just for a day, but nothing that's probably long term. If you're already in a relationship, maybe you're in balance with the loved one, because you do have that energy going to the seventh house. And there could be some conflict here. Let me see what you can do. Try to work on the imbalance. Yeah. Try to work on the imbalance. Really see fair, see both sides of each side. If there's some illegal contracts, maybe that's not going to work in your favor. As far as aesthetics, don't go too far. Don't go too bold. Some people may think it's gaudy, because that's what that card also represents. In reverse too, but it's all on your own, and trying new things out and being brave. That is the positive part of it, is trying something new and being brave, and really having some self-expression. You will learn what you like aesthetically, and you will learn also to calm down the boldness, and really having some internal compassion, or maybe using that energy and working it out in the fifth house with fun and play. Anyway, I hope that resonated with you guys. Let me see what is the actual lesson. Moon is in balance, so really tap into your intuition. Get out of the fear, whatever you are fearing, or whatever is hidden, you need to release. All right, I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Bye. Oh my gosh, Pisces, this is my second time doing this, and this is what I get for trying to do use new technology. Anyway, so first of all, let me pull some tarot for you. And Cancer, a lot of stuff is happening in your fifth house during Cancer season. So the themes of nurturing creativity, emotional romance, caring for children, sentimental fun, protective energy with love, intuitive play, family orientated hobbies and creativity efforts, comfort and self expression, home based creativity, empathetic joy, heartfelt pleasure, thinking of nostalgic themes and entertaining with Cancer elements of mom and womb and all that stuff. So the new moon is going to happen here. So I would suggest you to manifest with anything that I mentioned earlier. If you want to work on your self expression, if you want to work on your bravery, relationship with your children and your mom, with creativity or doing some hobbies with your mom, then go ahead, or doing hobbies and being self expressive at home. That's the time to manifest that, like having some joy, childlike activities, then that's it. Renewed pleasure. Now, the full moon is going to happen in your 11th house in the sign Capricorn. That's polarizing. So you have to balance everything that I just mentioned earlier with the Cancer energy in that fifth house. You have to balance that with 11th house energy. So the self versus your community, and maybe your community or group goals or a social responsibility, or maybe there's a collaboration that's going to end, something with your public recognition, with professional alliances, or maybe organized social events. And that's going to there's going to be a climax or a zenith happening with that. Okay. Yeah. So that's what we have with the full moon on the 21st. And then when it's Leo season, all this energy is going to move to the sixth house. And maybe you'll be creative at work and you'll be passionate with your service, or there'll be something dramatic with the coworkers. Maybe you're giving and charitable or self sacrificing in a very bold and courageous way. Yeah, or maybe there's uh, charming energy from your colleagues, or maybe you're very confident in your routine and your responsibilities, and yeah, and you're radiant with the wellness and organization. Now, maybe being creative for organization as well. Now, Mars is going to enter Gemini in your fourth house. So these themes in that fourth house is all about the home. So you have the Cancer season, which is all about home, and the fourth house is basically the same thing as Cancer, but it's more dealing with where you feel safe, your community. Maybe you have debates with your family. Maybe there's home-based initiatives, or learning something new at home, or intellectual family bonding. Energetic domestic projects could be happening. There's busy home schedule life, because that Gemini energy is busy home renovations, expressive home conversations, like family conversations, or dealing with the mom, or dealing with the womb, or fertility as well. Also fertility with the Leo energy, maybe fertility with health too. I'm have a card that's flying out. Neptune is going to retrograde in the sign Pisces at that 29 degree, which I talked about earlier, in your first house. So the self and spiritual self, right? Intuitive images and personal illusions, or maybe not really being aware of the self, and emotional self discovery, self deception, insecurity of the self, or hidden strengths, or you're being doing something secretive, personal healing. What else could happen with? But there's some closure, or there's a critical, the critical degree is affecting the self. Okay. You also have Saturn in there. So it's really some boundaries that you cannot see. Now, the cards that I pulled for you is there's some movement, there's some traveling happening for you. And then, abundance and love and family. This is a very positive card. And let's see what else we have for our Pisces this month. Walking away from what no longer serves you. Eclipse that out of your life, because there is like an eclipse in that picture. And then justice. Justice is all about that Libra energy and about fairness, and maybe bringing some beauty into things. Maybe there's a legal contract that you have to sign, something with law, and fairness and balance and harmony, or beauty and aesthetics is going to, or there's just needs to be balancing of, especially with that full moon coming out this week. But that is a major arcana. Walk away from no longer serves you. There's movement going on. It's very positive when it comes to the family, and I do see that with the the Cancer energy and the Mars moving into the fourth house. So you will get some movement with family, and you will be walking away what no longer serves you. Okay. And it will be harmony in your life. It will produce joy and balance. All right. I will see you next time. Bye.